Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video here on the channel. So in today's video, I'm first going to be performing and then teaching you one of my favorite types of card tricks, a Triumph card effect. Now there's tons of these out there, all utilizing different methods, some more easier than others obviously, but today's is actually pretty easy. With a bit of practice, you guys will be out there performing and amazing your guys' friends and family. But make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel with those notifications on so you get notified every time I post a video. And with that being said, let's go and see the performance of today's card trick. Okay, so let's begin the performance here. I have a deck of cards, take them out of the box real quick, and I'm now going to ask my spectator to choose any card that they like. This is a free selection. Let's say they will choose a card near the top. That one should be pretty good. Doesn't even matter if I see it, so let's take a look at it. The two of clubs, their card. Okay, so it's going to be on the screen right now so you guys do not forget it. The selection, two of clubs, will simply place it somewhere to the center of the deck, completely losing it just like that. That should do pretty good in losing it, but just to be sure, I'll give the cards a few cuts, losing the two of clubs even more. So it could be any of these face down cards just like that. I am now going to do something that you shouldn't do and you rarely see people do. I'm going to split the deck in roughly half. That should be pretty good. And I'm going to take this packet, keep it facing down, and turn this packet facing up. Alright, so you probably see where I'm going with this. I am now going to shuffle these cards face up to face down. Do a quick ferrule. That should be pretty good. So we have a face packet face down, and we just ferrule them together, push them in, and we have a big mess of face up, face down, face up going throughout the whole deck of cards. Okay, so that should be a pretty bad idea to do, but anyways, we just did it. And with a quick snap of my fingers, we turn it facing down. All the cards will turn facing down, but one card that remains facing up, and that is your selection from the beginning of the card trick, the two of clubs. And as you guys can see, everything is facing down besides the two of clubs, just like that. So that is the performance of today's card trick. Again, if you guys did enjoy and want to learn how this trick works, continue watching because the tutorial is coming right up. Okay everyone, so that was the performance of today's card trick. Hopefully you guys did enjoy it, and now let's get into how to do it. It's not too difficult, actually pretty easy. You're only going to be needing a normal deck of cards, and that is it. You also need to know how to do a ferrule shuffle. It's where you take half of the deck in one hand, half of the other deck in the other hand, and you basically interweave every other card by just rubbing the edges, and that is the ferrule shuffle. If you don't know that, unfortunately you can't do this card trick because it does not work with a riffle shuffle, and you'll find out why later into the performance, into the tutorial, sorry. But for now, let's go ahead and teach you how to do this card trick. So there is a very easy setup. It's just basically take half and half as best as you can. Doesn't have to be perfect. And then the bottom portion of the cards you turn facing up, and the top remain facing down. So you basically have half facing up and half facing down. That is your setup. It is very easy. Place them back in the box, and then you're ready to perform. So you take them out of the box, and then you ask your spectator to choose any card that they like. It is a free selection, but you only want to spread the top portion of the cards because obviously you have a big blotch of cards that are facing up at the bottom that you do not want to flash. So just be careful with that. So what I just recommend here is you spread a few cards and you hold it like that. Don't flash that first card because that's probably gonna happen when you first practice. Okay, so you spread a few cards like this and just hold it there, and you tell the spectator to choose any of these cards. Okay, just so they obviously don't choose any of the face down cards, the face up cards, because obviously you don't want that. So you spread a few cards, they choose a card. Let's say they choose this one right here, if I could get it, and they take it out, and they obviously go ahead and take a look at it, the Jack of Spades. Okay, and what you're going to do here is, once they have memorized their card and everything, since you have half of the deck facing up, half of the deck facing down, there's going to be a natural break in the cards where it is split just like that. Okay, so once you have your hand, the deck of cards in your hand, they have memorized their card, your thumb is going to come in contact like in the middle kind of, and you're going to push up with your thumb, and it should kind of fall where it's perfect in the face up and face down, if that makes sense. Okay, so it's here, and you push up with your thumb, and it should just naturally split in half perfectly where it's face down and face up meet. Okay, so from there you don't want to push it up too much because obviously they're going to see that it's facing up. So just very a little break to where this card fits right in. All right, so they memorize a card, you push up a bit where it's perfectly in half, you place the card into the center and immediately close it down because you do not want to flash the face up packet. At this point, you're going to push it in while pushing down on the card, causing the deck to break. Okay, so you push in while pushing down, and now you have a break of where their card is at. So once you release with this hand, you transfer it to a pinky break right there. And what you're going to do now is you're going to control that card to the top using a few cuts. So you cut the top portion of the cards in half right there, cut it exactly to the spectator's card, to the break, and then the last packet on top. Just be careful with it, because obviously if you remove this card or misalign it, you're gonna see the face up cards. Okay, so right there, the card is now on top, and you have face up and all the face down cards. And a really good convincer from here is you could say another card is pretty lost, and you can literally spread this way here, basically spreading all the face down cards at the bottom. So you could say the card's pretty lost, right? It could be any of these cards here, and obviously it looks like all the cards are facing down, but again, they don't see this part here. All right, so once you have done that little convincer, if you like, you don't have to do it, you're going to go ahead and tell the spectator that you're going to do something you should never do, and then you go ahead and proceed to split the deck exactly in half. So you just use your thumb middle and go right here and just kind of pick up very lightly, because it's really a natural break that helps you out right there. So very natural split, and it should be a perfect half and half, because obviously the break, like I said multiple times. So you're here to the spectator, they're gonna go ahead and do something you should never do. You naturally pick it up, it splits exactly in half, and the top packet, you remain facing down. You're gonna tell the spectator, and this packet, you're gonna turn it facing up. All right, and what you're gonna do is just do a Pharaoh shuffle. Make sure not to misalign any of these cards, because this packet is facing up besides the top card, and you simply go ahead and just Pharaoh them every other card. Doesn't have to be perfect. And once you're here, you're gonna tell the spectator, you're gonna create a big mess, obviously, because face down to face up. You go ahead and proceed to push them in, and basically what you just did there, if you spread through the cards, the only face down card is the top card, and all these cards are facing up, and the top card is actually the spectator's card. From there, once you have pushed them in, you just got to give the cards a cut to lose that card somewhere to the center, and you say, you turn the deck facing down now, and you say, with the snap of my fingers, all the cards will turn facing down, but one card that remains facing up, and you immediately spread to the cards, and one card sticks out from the others because it is their selection that is facing up, just like that. And that is how you do today's card trick. It is super simple, super fun to do. I'll go over it once more here. So you split the deck roughly in half, bottom portion facing up, just like that, top portion facing down. You ask spectator to choose any card. Let's say they would choose this card here, the Ace of Diamonds. You now use your thumb to pick up the top portion with a natural break. It should split exactly in half, just like that. And obviously try to keep it a very, very minimal break, because you do not want to flash. So you place the card into the center, immediately drop that packet, and what you're going to do is push in while pushing down to cause a break. Transfer that pinky break to a thumb break, transfer the thumb break to a pinky break, sorry. And then from here, you just cut the deck a few times, controlling that card to the top right there. So their card is now at the top of the deck. And what you do here is you split the deck in half from that natural break. About there, the top portion remains facing down to the spectator, but obviously you know that it is facing up. The bottom portion, you go ahead and turn facing up, and you tell the spectator you're gonna Pharaoh them together. You go ahead and do that like you just said. Doesn't have to be perfect. And basically all the cards are facing down besides the top card. But again, don't misalign them, because they're gonna see that they're all facing up. So you go ahead and spread, push them in, sorry. And then you say you're gonna go ahead and turn them all facing down. But before you go ahead and do that, give them a cut to lose their card somewhere into the center. Then turn it facing down, snap your fingers, and then you can spread to the cards, and they can see that they're all facing down besides one card that is facing up, and that is their selection, the Ace of Diamonds, from the beginning of the card trick. Okay everyone, so I think that will do it for today's video. If you guys did enjoy it, make sure you guys like the video and subscribe if you haven't already, because I post card trick tutorials once a week, and I try to bring the best card tricks for you guys to learn. This has to be one of my favorites, because as it is, I love Triumph card effects, and then this one is actually pretty easy to do. You could do it immediately with the deck of cards. The setup is very, very simple. Half and half, turn it facing up, as you guys just saw in the tutorial. Definitely go and try it out. You guys will definitely get some great reactions. Like I said, subscribe, turn the bell on, and like the video. That is it for me. Peace out everyone.